Hi, if you're looking for websites to practice your grammar, so if you're a teacher or a student, you're looking for content to practice your English, then you've come to the right video. I'm going to highlight 5 websites that have got really good grammar exercises to do. They're quite substantial, they give you feedback, they're not too short, so they really do check your understanding, they're easy to use, and there is lots of content here. So if you watch this video, I'm going to show you exactly where all the grammar exercises are hidden, where the explanations are, and any bonus material as well that's on the website that I think is useful. Finally, website number 5, which is personally my favorite and is a website that I've done work on myself, or certainly work with the organization that created the website. If you watch that video, and you probably know that technology, I'm going to show you some real insights, things that you might not be aware of that you can do on that particular website. So let's get going. Really hope you like the video. Please like it, please share it with other teachers and students, please comment on it, particularly if you've got any other websites that I should have included in my top 5. Let's get started. So this is the first website I'm going to focus on. It's called Learn English Today. One of the things I like about it is just how easy it is to find the exercises. If we go to grammar and exercises, you get this huge great list, which is always a nice way if you're looking for a particular thing that you want to learn. And then what we can do is just simply click and do the exercise. Now here, one thing that I've noticed is you get a little explanation, which is really nice. Okay, and then if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll find that you get some exercises that you can do. Sometimes a bit tricky to spot those exercises, but let's have a quick look at them just to see how they are. So you click here, first exercise comes up onto the screen. Now you won't see it unless you scroll down to the bottom. Now one good thing about this is the exercise kind of flows. So here we got Peter refused the offer, even though, or even if, and it's going to be even though he needed the money. You click on the correct answer, gives you immediate feedback. Okay, next question. Even if Mary has a car, she walks to work. Even though. So again, click on the button, get the feedback. Okay, move on to the next question. It's a really nice website. Now I'm just going to show you a couple of other things about the website too. To get back home, obviously just click on the home button. Notice if you click on contents and roll over here, you get a whole list of different sections. You can also see those same sections here on the front page. I was looking at this one, it's quite interesting because I like the way that they've explained the difference between transitive and intransitive phrasal verbs, and they've given you lists of phrasal verbs. If we click, for example, here, then we get examples of phrasal verbs with examples of the actual sentence, the use in sentence. But if I click back, what I do like as well is if you scroll down again, sometimes you have to really look for this stuff, is that there are actually at the bottom quite a few exercises. So let's say I wanted to do phrasal verbs with get. I can click here. Remember, when you come to an exercise, don't forget the exercises are at the bottom of the page, and again you would just click on the answer and then check your answer. So that's quite a nice site, well organized, good explanations, and the exercises flow really well, which is always useful. Next one we're going to look at is called English Club. Bear with me with this one because it does take a little bit of effort to find all the content on here. So I'm just here on the first page. One way to scroll is through the content here, and let's go straight through to the grammar lessons, because again most of you are going to be interested in the grammar, though there is a lot of content on this site. If we come down here, one thing is we've got here parts of speech, nouns, adjectives, etc. I'm going to click on the verb tenses. Often people want to practice their verb tenses. I'm now going to click on present simple, and we get to a quite detailed explanation, which has all been nicely laid out with tables to make it clearer. And what again you've noticed is at the bottom of the page you finally get to the quiz. So once you've gone through the explanation, if you want to do the quiz, click here and it will bring you through to the quiz. Now one nice thing about the quizzes is that you can kind of, they're very easy to do on a mobile phone or on your computer. You haven't got to actually input anything, and one thing I like is that it checks them all at the same time. I don't like it when you have to click check for every single individual exercise. Once you've done that, click on check answers and it gives you your score and it tells you what the correct answers were. Of course you can go back if you want to and start again and do the exercise again, but that's really nice, simple, got additional content that you can click onto, and quite a nice site. I'm going to show you a couple more things about this website now that you might find interesting. Now there's one other thing on this website that I want to focus on. Remember, you can click on English Club to get back, and I just want to show you this because again it's a little bit tricky to find but very interesting. If we come down to listening lessons, okay, and then scroll down again, and I'm going to come down here to the English classics, and then what I'm going to do is just choose one. Now I've already done a great video about 5 really useful YouTube channels with stories in English with the audio, and if you want to watch that, the link is on the screen now. But if you click here, let's just show you an example. You've got extracts from books with the text here, and also with the podcast with the audio as well. So I really like this ability to be able to read and listen at the same time. And there's quite a variety of material. There's also, as well as classics, there's the short stories for children. So let me just click to show you how this works.
Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Chapter 2. An excerpt. Joe was the first to wake in the grey dawn.
So I really like that, and it's something that I've used a lot in my language learning. This website's really worth looking at. It's got a lot of content. You have to dig it up. It's always the difficulty of getting so much content onto a website, and of course because it's free there's a lot of advertising, but there is some really nice material on here. This website was recently shown to me by a teacher, and I'll do the usual. You've got here obviously lots of content you can access, but I'll click on verb tenses, and then I'll click on verb tense exercise. In fact, let's just go through the topic first. So we get an explanation here of the use of the present simple, and we also get it in comparison. Oh no, it's just going through the present simple. And then what we get at the bottom here is a series of exercises. And if we click on these exercises, what I like about them is that they're quite long, and they're all on one page, which is nice. And also you fill them all in and then check. So you don't, you know, sometimes with these exercises you do one click, do one click, do one click, and you just kind of clicking all the time. I much prefer it when you complete all the exercises and then you just check. Now I'm just going to point out one other thing on this website that I quite like. If we click back here, this is really for advanced learners, but I kind of like this. If you come down to the reading room, I have this section here where you can sort of jump off to different content, and this is quite useful. So if we come here, we've got, for example, newspapers in America, in the UK, Canada, Australia, and I think there's even New Zealand, South Africa, etc. Really interesting. I'll jump off to The Guardian, and it brings me straight in to a page where I can read the latest articles. Now, really nice the way that works, and what I really like about that, if I just click back again, just come back here, what I really like about that as well is that it's so easy. You can just kind of choose something. Let's say we want to look at money, online magazines, click on that, and we are brought straight over to a relevant website that might be useful to us. So that could be quite nice in terms of just sharing links from different internet sites around the world. There are actually some great websites with activities to do around news in English, and if you are interested, I'm going to put a link on the screen now. I'll also include it in the description of a great video that shows you 5 websites for learning English that focus on the news. Let's move on now with the next video. Just a really quick break from the video. I hope you're enjoying the video, and if you are, please come over to teachertrainingvideos.com. Loads more free videos that you can access. You can also find out about all my courses. They're always advertised on the opening page. And please sign up to the newsletter. If you sign up to the newsletter, you get updated with all the blog posts, the webinars, the online courses, and the videos. And at the moment, if you sign up, there is a 12-part free video course in using technology in teaching. And I send you a video about every 5 days. Let's get back to the video. If you're looking for lots of grammar exercises, this is not a bad website. And what I like about it is that the exercises are actually very thorough. So let's sort of go to the grammar quizzes. Okay, there are other sections, we'll have a quick look afterwards, but just to sort of show you, and let's scroll down and say we'll do this one here on comparatives and superlatives, and we get therefore various exercises. So we'll choose the first one here, and notice, okay, that you can print it out as a worksheet, by the way, which is quite handy for teachers, but also you can do the activity, and like the other activities I've just showed you, you choose the correct answer, so it's multiple choice, but you're not given just 3 or 4, you're given quite a lot of questions, and once you've kind of put your answers in, you can get your grade as well and find out what score you got. Okay, so this is pretty nice, simply in terms of how thorough the activities are, and there's quite a selection of them. There's language grammar quizzes and language tests, and there's also some other interesting sections, and let's just have a look at a couple of them. So for example, I quite like this here because it's very clear. Reading comprehension. They've got various sections. I like the way that it's been sectioned off there. There's quite a lot of content as well. Let's just quickly jump over to one. So we'll click on this first one, Airbus Crisis. And what I like is you've got a reading, and then underneath the reading you've got the questions that you need to answer. Again, quite thorough, and you can be graded as well. I noticed also there's a couple of little kind of tips here on the right hand side, but what I like really is just the way that the content is organized, very easy to find. So if we come back to the home page, all I did there was jump over to reading comprehension, and you've got a number of different topics and readings to do. So that's a really useful site, again, with lots of activities that you can complete and do. Okay, the 5th website is Breaking News English. I know many of you will know this website. Sometimes I think there's too much content on this website, but there really are some gems. And because I've actually done some work with this organisation, I know where those gems are. And often when I show the gems on this website to teachers, they're not aware of these different activities that you can do. So let's go through Breaking News English, but I'm not going to show you the typical stuff. I'm going to highlight a few features that I really like. So I'm still a fan of this website. I think it's a great website. I used it many times in my own teaching and learning. It sometimes has a bit too much content on it, and it can be a little bit difficult to find it. The best thing to do is to click on the main links. These links here are kind of reduced versions of the main content. So if we click here on TikTok videos, I'm going to highlight a couple of things that I really like on this website. Now there's all the usual stuff, lesson plans for teachers, loads of listening material. I might focus on a couple of things, but the first one I want to focus on is this. It's called No Spaces. In fact, it's not. It's called Text Jumble. Get the right one. So click on Text Jumble, and what you get here, and you can do this after you've read the article, is to try to remake the article bit by bit. So let me just click back. If you've already read the story, and the story is here if you just want to read it, or you can actually listen to it as well. So it is possible just to listen to the story, and in fact if you listen to it, you've got different speeds and different accents. But once you've listened or read the story or done both, click on that exercise Text Jumble. And what Text Jumble does is you have to rebuild the text. So it's great for kind of recalling the text. It's also great for syntax. It's great for reading. So it's a really good exercise, and lots of teachers are not aware of it. So for example, TikTok users will soon be able to upload 10-minute long videos, etc. Now if you get a word wrong, like the videos, it will tell you that then you have to kind of choose, well, which ones do you think it is, the videos or the video platform. Okay, so then I'm only on 90%, and as I'm doing it, it's rebuilding the text for me. So I really like that Text Jumble, and it's a good activity to do after you have read the text or listened to the text. Now another activity, if I just click on the back button, another activity I really like on this website is this one called No Letters. And again, it's great for students to do on their own. They can listen to the audio, and then they've got to try to rebuild the whole text. Now they can start with really easy words like and the, is definitely going to be in the text. Yes, you're trying to rebuild the text and remember everything you've heard. But also if you wrote the word, for example, video, that's definitely going to be in there. And long is going to be in there. And you just try to build up, obviously the word tick-tock is also going to be in there. Okay? In fact, we might have to get the spelling right. So it's tick, get that right, tick-tock. It's actually the way that it's... Okay, so then you're trying to rebuild the text as much as possible. Now you can obviously cheat and replay it or play a bit more, but it's a great way of trying to build up your vocabulary and to remember the story, and it gets you to focus on words around a particular genre. So in this case it's going to be words connected with video, technology, etc. So it's a really nice website and great for students to work on their own. Of course, they get a score and it gives you a record also of all the words that you got incorrect. I love that activity. I fell in love with it when I first came across a website where you could do the same thing in French, and I realized how useful that was. Now there is loads more that you can do with Breaking News English, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a link on the screen. I'll also put it in the description below, where you can click on and find out in much more detail all the things that you can do in Breaking News English. Really hoped you liked that video. Please come over to teachertrainingvideos.com. Loads more free content, and you can see all of my courses on the opening page. Don't forget to sign up to the newsletter. That way you get updated with all the latest blog posts, the webinars, the latest videos and the courses. Of course, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to click on the bell. That way you'll get all the updates. And finally, if you do want to contact me, perhaps about doing a conference or doing some training with your organization, you can contact me from the website. Thank you very much. I'm going to leave some videos on the screen now that will give you some great content if you're a teacher or a student and you're interested in teaching or learning English.